anything that is high pressure sales tactics in today's society, it doesn't work. And even if it works temporarily, it kills your brands. Things go viral. There's too many reviews. There's too much word of like that. It is not a strategy.
Well, that's why you just rebrand yourself every 6 months under a new name and do a new scam, Jay.
I love it. I love it. Okay, and that's your takeaway, folks.
Yes. Burn all your bridges and then just create a new identity.
If you need a new brand, please reach out to Daniel and Jay.
That's right.
No, but so what that is though is that stigma stays inside people's heads. And then when I get into an organization as a sales consultant or a sales trainer, you find these really talented people, whether they're subject matter experts, tech people, SEO people, designers, who are fantastic salespeople, but they don't want to sell. I can't sell. Like, as soon as you call what they're doing, getting in front of a client, getting in front of a prospect, they freak out and shut down. And what my message to them is you're actually the best salesperson of all. Someone that's not trying to close somebody, someone who's not trying to be skeezy, but someone who has so much value, so much expertise, so much knowledge to offer. That's who people want to buy from. They want to buy from an expert. They want to buy from someone they like and trust. And the best way to do that is to be, some type of advisor, to bring some type of insights, some type of trends. I mean, even if you're a waiter selling wine, to be able to be trusted and say, well, this type of wine is this way, this type of wine. That's what people want. They want to be educated to make an informed decision because they wanted wine in the first place. They don't want to be sold wine.
Interesting. I love that. So it's an expert is the better salesman than a salesperson. Like that expertise, giving people what they need to make, and you're kind of maybe guiding them to make the decision that they were thinking about. And right. And that's what I did love as a waiter too, is like people were coming to buy food anyway. I didn't have to introduce the idea of food to them.
Correct. Correct.
So it's more a Tamagotchi, something.
But it's more facilitating their buying process. Where are you at and how can I help you? And when you can change the word from sales to how do you help these people? How do you educate them? How do you provide value, right? In the beginning of the conversation, when you're educating them in discovery, how do you provide value in the presentation phase when you're talking through options and what other competitors might be? And then obviously the value once you're on board with the solution. That's a real cataclysmic change. The thing that organizations and CEOs and founders need to be thinking about, though, is if your salespeople by themselves cannot provide value through every single interaction with the customer or with the prospect, you have a problem. That's when customers and prospects go dark. They did not think that it was worth their time to take a second call, right? So the idea here is once you have your sales process, it's not just what do you need to close this deal? What does my organization need to close this deal? It's what value are you providing your prospect in every single interaction to make sure whether this person buys from you or not, they're smarter, they're educated, and they are appreciative and they didn't feel like they wasted their time. If for whatever reason, your product or service or solution is so complex that there's no way, right? There's no way to be so smart on my solution and be a good salesperson. What I want you to do is you got to create some type of team sell. It has to be a team sell. If you need to provide value and your salespeople just can't do it because the depth of knowledge is so deep, when do you bring in that subject matter expert? When do you bring in that sales engineer? But it's a huge change. It's a huge trend going into 2024 and beyond. What are you doing to create insights, to provide value in every step of that sales process? That's the only way to be able to keep them engaged and then to win more deals and beat out your competition. What should they do now, Daniel? If they like the video, what should they do?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Right before voicemails went out of style, it was, you know what to do and when to do it.
You ever get caught by those ones that faked out like they were actually picking up?
Yes!
Betrayal.